Okay, I feel like I need like Jeezy. Welcome back. Cause she's stunning on you. Like literally. What's going on, my Hall Pass family? It's your girl, the Hall Monitor, and I am super excited because we back in this building for season 2. Like, wow. I have so much to tell you. If you notice that your girl is talking a little bit to the side, your eyes not tripping. It's reality. We're gonna get to life updates soon, but just know that what you're seeing is real. But don't try to like out me, don't post me or like zoom in on my cheek or something like that, because it was a serious business and I'm a little offended by that. But anyways, let's get into it. Right, so your girl got her phone. First of all, peep the new setup. Round of applause. Yeah, DJ done did his thing. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Setting it up. More to come. But we had to set the scene. It was time for something different, something new. But here we go. So, first things first, let's just start with it's season 2. Normally last season we did glows and grows. This season we're going to do roses and thorns in my ass. Yeah, because you've been a pain in my ass, right? And so typically the glows and grows were great, right? Things we want to work on, and we can still work on it. But this time I just feel like sometimes when you got to vent, you just need to vent. Like, tell me your rose and tell me that thorn, that thorn that's stuck like right there in that pain. So we're gonna go there and let's get to it. I'm gonna go to my thorns. Here we go. Matter of fact, I don't even need a note for that because I could just flat out tell y'all. So okay, before I don't want to say too much because as some of you know and some of you may not know, I am in a new role. The Hall Monitor is no longer in the classroom. So that means some changes have occurred. However, I want to go with a rose. So one rose that is for this week is the simple fact that I'm still alive. Because your girl was down, y'all. Your girl was down. And so that also brings me to my thorn. Is these damn doctors, they low-key playing on our insurance. They dancing. They crip walking on our insurance. I'm not even going to hold y'all up. Like, literally my thorn is that I was in the hospital on my deathbed from some damn Tylenol, y'all. Tylenol. I don't know how people who, indulge in things, and that's all I'm going to say, indulge in those things, really do it. Because my metabolism said, input the Shannon meme, that's the Shannon chart meme where he like, nose to lip, literally my body was like, that ain't you, that's not what you gonna do. So I got wrong information from the doctor that told me I could take a certain prescription mixed with another prescription. Long story short, that is not what you should do. So tip of the day, you have to alternate between Tylenol and Motrin, right? So you don't know, now you know. The Hall Monitor told you. So had to do that. Ended up they having to call poison control. Y'all, I did not know how serious this was gonna get. Poison control? Like, I've never been to the doctor and they're like, let me call poison control. My man's was serious. I don't know if you ever had a doctor look at you like straight face, no blinks. Like, he just was like, yeah, and that was it. And I said, okay, shit, this is real. Like, he about to either tell me I'm no longer gonna be here in the next hour or that I'm not gonna be here. Yeah, so ended up, he was telling me like, oh my God, so happy that you end up making it. So happy that you end up coming here. You've had 3 times the amount that the average person should have. Moral of the story, I'm still alive. So that's my rose and my thorn. Hopefully, many of you only have maybe one thorn and it's not as bad as the hall monitors. So I'm wishing you guys love and peace and blessings. So moving on. Today's topic, I feel like we have to have a good topic that's going to be a great season opener, right? And with that, our topic is move your feet, lose your seat. Right? We've all heard it. We've all talked about it. We've all discussed it. We all know what it means. But I think we really need to tap into like move your feet, lose your seat, and what that means to me. Y'all. But before we do that, I need to explain a life update. What's been going on with your girl, the hall monitor? Where I am now? How has life changed for the better? And feelings in between. So I finished my final year. I won't say it's forever. I call myself a forever educator now because I am no longer traditionally in the classroom anymore. I am now an educational specialist. Don't that shit sound real legit? Like, it's like, what do you do? I'm an educational specialist. Yeah. Yes, I am. This is what I do. But no, for real. Like, I still get my fix on the kids, right? I still do what I want to do with them. However, I am not in a formal classroom setting. So super dope. I can't get in too much because I don't want to tell you where I work, but just know I still work with youth. However, I'm not with them 24/7. They come and they go. So that's been great. The transition, I will say for the most part, was pretty easy. Honestly, I was very blessed to actually take on a smooth transition to the point where it wasn't too much at one time. I actually finished out the school year, literally until the final day. I was like, peace, love, have a great summer, and don't forget, hall monitor not going to be your teacher next year. But I love you, right? I did it much better, y'all. Calm down, because I know y'all listening like, oh my God, why you do that to the kids? Don't judge me, judge y'all. Never mind. But don't judge me. Don't do that. Don't do it because you don't know my life. You don't know my life and my times. But I told my kids by much sooner. They already knew. Y'all, I was taking down my classroom like December. School don't get out till June, but I knew. You know how they say when you know, you know? I knew. So I just knew that flat out it was going to be over. So my kids were already starting to get like suspicious, like, okay, hall monitor, what's going on? Yada, yada, yada. So I did it. Started packing up. My principal was like weirdly okay with it. Oh my God, so happy for your future endeavors, blah, 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 blah. It gave script. You know, sometimes I wonder, do bosses like read from a script and like rehearse it? So they're like, okay, when they quit, I'm going to say just this. It's cute, but we on to you. So really, you could just throw the script away. Yeah. Thank you for that. But so that was great. I will say I was literally like already packed, y'all. I had already started doing random giveaways in the teacher's lounge where I was just like, okay, I got free crayons, like literally free crayons, free notebooks, come in, grab and go. And teachers weren't thinking anything of it. Like, you know, as a teacher, you love free shit. Like, you got new markers? You got everything? I'm like, hell yeah. They're like, what you gonna use for your classroom? In my head, not a damn thing. I knew it was over. They didn't know it was over. So I was like, okay, totally fine. They were like, oh, as long as you feel like sharing is caring. Yes, take the things. Take everything that you need. In my head, I'm thinking, girl, I'm getting the hell out of here. Bye. Yeah, but it's okay. So did that. So that helped the transition even more because my biggest thing is like, I am not about to take all that trash. Like, it's one thing. Some things I think sometimes I believe that educators love to do that pack rat syndrome, right? And you got like all these buckets of just like worthless staples. What are you going to do with the staples? Not a damn thing, right? So I had that talk with myself very early on in my career. Like, don't keep unnecessary SHIT. Those who can spell understand what I'm saying, right? Those who can't, do better. But anywho's it. Yeah. So that's what I had to do. Made it a lot easier, smoother transition. It was to the point where y'all, that's why it's so important for you to go ahead and lock in with the janitors at your school, because the janitors and the engineers at my school, like, so close, so tight. Number one people. They were helping me pack up my car. They were helping me lift heavy stuff. They were literally like just shouting me out. So that was super helpful as well. They were like, damn, we hate to see you go, but it is what it is. So that was like very beneficial for me. I will say, the feeling that I had, I went through more of like a roller coaster, right? So it was kind of like, at first I knew, because I was in a mode that I didn't recognize myself. And I feel like that's a very key point in someone's career path, even in your life, but really your career path. I think it's very important for you to always stay true to who you are and to notice when you're no longer that person. And I'm not meaning in like growing and things like that, right? That's great that you're noticing that you're doing certain changes that are making a positive impact. But I'm specifically referring to things that make a negative impact, right? So I noticed like getting up became harder and harder. Never was a thing for me. I used to be so excited to work, y'all. I get up like, it's a beautiful day. Like, I was Miss Frizzle. I'm not gonna lie. If anybody love Miss Frizzle, bro, just send me like a shout out or something, because I just want to feel seen, because Miss Frizzle was that damn deal. Like, she did everything on that Magic School Bus. And I just want to give like a moment of silence, because she put her life on the line. It was times where she got caught up in the big octopus and the big germ cells in that one episode when they went into the human body. I know you seen it. Shout out. But I was that girl. I was Miss Frizzle. I was just black. You know what I'm saying? So peace, love, and hair grease. But anywho's it. That's when that happened. And I realized like I was no longer creative. My lesson plans were not a hall monitor lesson plan. It was like just nothing. Like, my effort had changed. My goal was always there to make sure that I was doing the very best for my kids. Don't ever get me wrong, because one thing about me, one thing about the hall monitor, I'm a ride or die for my kids always. So I was still doing parties that I said I would. I was still giving away bucks and important things that I said, even though they probably weren't as frequent. I was still doing them. But I noticed the biggest change was in myself. Weight, y'all, I gained like 30 pounds in 2 months. Insane. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, then it began the time where I could barely get out of bed. And then the final straw was my presence. So I used to get awards for my district for having perfect attendance. And it was to this point where now I only had like 2 days left in my bank. And I'm like, what? Who is she? Like, okay, who am I? And now, am I benefiting my kids? Are they seeing this? I know they're seeing a change, right? I know they're noticing that the hall monitor is not herself. And so what do I need to do for me? It no longer became, what am I doing for others? But what am I doing for me? And I think sometimes we forget that, enter that sound. I got to put me first. No, for real though. Like, put yourself first, because sometimes in a career, I think we get into this mindset of, I got to make this money. It's a 9 to 5. Don't go out here talking about hall monitor said money gonna come regardless. Okay. Pipe down. I'm not saying go out there and just randomly quit your job, right? But I'm also saying, like, if your job genuinely changes you completely into an unrecognizable person in a negative way, there has to be a change. There has to be a change. And so I literally went on a LinkedIn site, typed in buzzwords. Key tip too, like, if you're trying to figure out how to transition, especially from an educator, right? We have very tailored resumes. and ideas of how we think that we fit. But actually, there's a lot of area and space for us in this world because we actually do so much. And so I realized once I broke apart like the duties that I do, I qualified for so many more damn jobs than I ever thought I ever did. I'm like, damn, motherfucker, you can really do a lot. Like, bitch, you good. You real good. Like the kids say, you gooder than her. Like, you really gooder than her. Right? So I realized, like, okay, wow. So please take apart like those buzzwords and the things that you've done as an educator. And I just started to search those in the LinkedIn box. And then I also did my research of like, what else can an educator do? What else can we do? And so that's when I came across the educational specialist, and the rest was history, y'all. Like, I started literally a week after school let out. Now, I don't really recommend that because I also broke my foot, so I never really got enough time to recoup and then go into the workspace. I just literally jumped. But I think that's like the educator bug, as I call it. We just don't know how to sit the hell down. And so I thought like, oh yeah, I'm cool. Like I could just jump in. Who cares? Sit your tail down. So yeah, and then I went straight into my job. So that's the life update. It's been great. It's almost going on 6 months. And I have my 6 month review. That is insane in the membrane. So that's the life update. But definitely when we come back, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the ups and downs with the updates with this new job, ins and outs. I got some questions from my viewers that they want to know about this new job, or just like daily essentials that I pack. So stay tuned for your girl because we got a whole lot to talk about. And we back. Okay, y'all. So I told you after you heard me ramble about my life update, my roses and my thorns in my ass. And welcome back to season 2, right? Reminder, our topic of the day is literally move your feet, lose your seat. And literally that just relates to my transition from my workspace and knowing when to literally move your damn feet, baby, and get the hell up and move for the betterment of your life. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know I'm at least talking to 2 people. I'm not even going to say one. I'm talking to 2 because someone somewhere is literally going and saying, I don't know, but maybe I shouldn't, move, baby. Move, run, do whatever the hell you need to do. It's not you, and it's not you. You don't even recognize yourself. So move your feet before you lose your seat, because also the lose your seat part is that opportunity that you want, always know that somebody else is wanting that same one. So the more and the longer you take to double back and to second guess and to listen to those outsiders, the quicker somebody is getting to your bag. So if you want that seat over there, get your ass up and get to that seat. Okay? But I did tell you we had some questions from our audience or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, some of y'all came with some interesting questions for me. And it's okay because I love my viewers, right? And I'm gonna do them. But respectfully, y'all trying to get a little personal, but it's cool because I ain't got shit to hide. I don't. Here we go. Okay, so your work bag essentials. What are my work bag essentials? Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm that big purse girly. Like, I always got a big bag. I don't care if it's a small bag inside of my big bag. I got a big bag. But mostly it's hand sanitizer, a good little snack, a little breakfast or whatever if I don't have my lunchbox. Because I'm still an educator, forever educator, as I told y'all. I still work with the youth, so I'm definitely packing a lunch. But hand sanitizer, little snack for something for breakfast, a hairbrush, wallet, of course, some type of lip gloss for the day. And let me tell y'all what's been the life saver. Savior or saver? I'm going to say both. So literally, Aquaphor has this little small hand cream type deal. Baby, them ankles. Them ankles. And in the crevice of your fingers, like right in the center where your thumb and your index finger kind of meet, that little gap. I know what I'm talking about. Because you're looking at your damn dry ass hand right now. And you're like, damn, that shit dry. That Aquaphor, baby, clean it up. Clean it up. With, like, literally. I feel like a Tide damn commercial. I could do a commercial for them. No lie, no nothing. Yeah. So, Aquaphor, that's literally like an essential. So I would say that, and then typically probably one piece of jewelry, just in case I forget to put something on before I leave out the door. I know I always have it back up in my bag. So that's a tip. All right, let's keep going. Do you have a snack drawer? Short answer, no. I'm trying to unbig my back, and snack drawer just gonna make it bigger. I told y'all I gained 30 pounds from depression. Right. So how the hell am I going to keep a snack drawer? Also, I just have a fear of critters. In my line of work right now, too, I work outdoors as well. And so I'm doing like hikes and stuff, too, sometimes. And then just being in that office space, I don't know. Like, what if my friend, little ant or somebody, and then he might call little roach, and then little roach join in there, and then now I got some shit swimming in there that ain't no regular shit that should be swimming. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, just giving no. So, I mean, to each his own. If you have a snack drawer, by all means, snack it up. Just make sure it's sealed. But not a fan. I'm not a fan of the snack drawer, and so I do not have a snack drawer. But thank you for asking. If you would like to send me snacks, healthier snacks, that's all. Let's see. Next one. Ooh, do you wish you could go back? I'm assuming they mean, do I wish I could go back to my old job? No. Seeing as the person I was before during that dark time, and then looking at the person that I am now, I'm happy. And that's my number one thing, and that's all that matters. I'm doing better. Am I at my happiest point? No. Is this end all be all? I don't know. However, where I am now, I took the correct step forward, and so I'm happy with that. I will say, of course, there are things that I miss, right? So I miss being with my kids majority of the time, right? Having my own classroom, telling them certain things to do, or just kind of kicking it with them and having those lessons. I miss curating lessons for the entire day, right? So a little peek without saying too much in my job now. I'm not necessarily curating as much. I am, but I'm not. But it's not for multiple hours of the day. It's like for a few here and there. So I do miss that, I will say. Another thing that I do miss, I miss some of my coworkers. Like, I do miss the educator chit chat, right? Like, even though I didn't stay in the lounge, the teacher's lounge, the messy ass lounge all the time, popping into my twin flames classroom and peeking in and saying hey to her classroom, and they knowing me and kikiing and laughing out. I do miss that. I definitely do. I miss the teacher potlucks. So those are definitely some fan favorites. Would I go back though? The answer would be no. Do I wish I could go back? No, my philosophy in life is once I move forward, there's no reason of going back, right? Because what was my point of taking those steps forward if I've already thought through? I'm a very analytical person, but I also am a risk taker. So I take those two things into account before I make my move. And then it's once I move, that's it. I'm a mover and shakers, right? So that's it. I don't want to go back. I don't wish I could go back. I will visit. I still keep in contact. Like, some of my students are in high school right now. Some of them are in college. Y'all, it's like I'm dating myself. And some people are like, you are not that old. Baby, I started very early. I'm not even gonna lie. God blessed me enough to start early and get that experience very soon. But I still keep in contact with my babies. I'm a forever educator, and that's just what I do. All right, so next one. Ooh, job style in 1 or 2 words. How would I define my job style? I'm guessing like my style of dress. Just that fly motherfucker. No, how would I decide? I would like to say, urban with a twist. I don't know. Professional with a twist. Because, you know, as my mother says, shout out to my mom. You can go granny or super teacher, or you can go like straight up to the street. Yeah, I can. And I don't mind doing that. Like even today, like I will throw on some gym shoes, but I'm gonna put on a slack. I'm gonna do it. A little cardigan, but I'm gonna throw on a little hat. Typically I don't wear a lot of hats to work. They did give us a work hat, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, wearing a little work hat. It's kind of freaky. But I'm good for like the sweatshirt, but putting like a button up under it. Graphic tee, but put in a long cardigan. If I wear a jean, I might do like a little bedazzled flat or some shit like that. So I dress according to how I feel. Like if I wake up and I'm like, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Like I'm gonna wear a black and I'm proud shirt for sure. You know what I'm saying? I might put them edges out. You're gonna see them. I might come to work with braids. Y'all, I came to work in braids. And I did the dramatic girl braids because I was just feeling like I wanted to change up my damn hair, right? Like that's what I love about being a black beautiful queen. Like we can just change our hair anytime, right? And changing in so many cool ways. So I had like a heart on the right side and a little swirls on the left, and then I had like the dog ass dramatic edges. Like my boss is of the Caucasian race. You know what I'm saying? And so when I walked in, it was like a good morning. Like, you know, that extra draw in the good morning. And I'm like, yeah, I know you see it. I know you do. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to compliment the edges, baby, because I know they out and I know they're popping. So that was funny. That was funny as hell. That was just a quick side note. But yeah, I would have to say like urban with a professional twist. There we go. Urban with a professional twist. Right? I keep it cute, but I also keep it a little street if I feel like it. It's okay to keep it there. I love me a good accessory. You will always tell I'm a teacher somewhere. Like today I even have on a freaking Apple notebook and pencil. I have calculator earrings. Like I am the modern day Black Miss Frizzle. And if anybody want to challenge, we can go. Nah, real shit though. I literally like, if I didn't come up with the hall monitor, because I do be in the hallways and shit like that, it probably would have been like the modern day Miss Frizzle. Not gonna lie. You heard it here. Modern day Black Miss Frizzle. At me. Okay. Another question. Here we go. Number one assumption you hope to give off at your job. Ooh. Number one assumption you hope to give off at your job. I wouldn't say it's like one complete assumption, but just kind of like if I had to kind of more so narrow it down, just that she's together. And what I mean by like she's together when my boss sees me or my director is the simple fact of like she comes to work and work is her priority, and she does that shit with ease and perfection. Like she come in here so damn efficient. She looks good. She can talk with her colleagues. She's a team player, but she just also can get her shit individually done. She got that shit together. Sit on that for a second. Like, you together. I am. You look good, baby. Yeah, I know. I really could be a rapper, y'all. In my former life. But anyway, no, like seriously, I think it would have to be that she's together. And that's what I mean by that, being cohesive. Like she literally has it together. She does her job very well. She's not messy, right? I'm not always having to talk about her being late or things that she can or cannot do. And also having that like professional conversation, like she's able to adapt. So I would definitely have to go there. Speaking of adapting, that don't mean lose sight of who you the fuck are. And I kind of want to tap into that real quick because I had a colleague, I'm learning the definition between the two, colleague, tell me that I inspired them. And I was like, that's a lot of credit. You know, like, what did I do? Genuinely, y'all, like, as humbly as possible, like, what did I do to inspire you? And they were like, literally, you're making me want to speak up, but for my best self in this professional environment. And I said, damn. Do I need a fucking talk show? Oh, wait, I have a podcast. Yeah. Follow me and tell your friends. No, but really, I was like, wow, like, can you kind of elaborate? And they were like, the sense that ever since you came here, you recognized that there were some issues that we needed to tend to. And you were holding our supervisor and director accountable, but in a professional way where they respect you, but also your voice is heard. Woo! Snaps! I said, honestly, I thank you for telling me that, because sometimes we move so fast, y'all, and we just be in our own little mind bubble and mindset that we don't even realize impact of things that we do, right? We just do it. And when you just do things and you move your feet so you don't lose your damn seat, things just happen graciously and right. And so when they told me that, I was like, you know what? I'm glad I could do that for you. I said, because there is a professional way and an unprofessional way of how to get your damn point across, and how to make sure that even though I'm adapting to this work environment, I'm also not changing or shifting on my moral values. Because if you out here saying some foul ass racist shit, I'm going to tell you respectfully and humbly, but I'm going to tell you that shit ain't cool, and I'm going to do it right. Right? I'm going to take those proper channels and steps. I'm going to observe first, right? I don't just come in and shake shit and then just hope it's going to change, right? I'm going to come in, watch what it is, make my connections, take heed. Then I'll start to plant my seeds. Flowers don't grow in a day. A garden doesn't happen overnight, right? You have to plant, tend to the soil, water it, put a little more soil in it, turn a little bit. Look at me. I sound like I grow flowers and shit. I have no garden whatsoever. I just know that that's the type of shit that my granny be saying and my auntie. So I just know the steps. But really, like, real shit. Like, I'm gonna be serious. That's what you have to do. So that is how I treat my job. I watch, figure out what I want to plant, and then I start to slowly plant those seeds and watch them grow and continuously tend to them. So I said all that to say, like, I should have said that as my rose too. That was really cool to say. So you can adapt, but don't necessarily assimilate. Don't completely shift or change who you are, because remember, you moved your feet for a reason to this new seat that's going to get you in a different season. Oh! Am I a poet or what? You moved your seat. Let's see if I can record it. You moved your seat for a reason to get in this seat for a new season. Gosh damn it. Flow. Yeah, that's literally me. No, but really. So be mindful of that, because I think another thing that I'm tapping into is I've already known my teaching philosophy, but now I know my whole worker philosophy. Like, I know who I am as a person and also as a efficient, dope ass employee, a boss, right? I just move as if I already am my own boss. And I think that's also important to keep in mind, like, especially if you have that as a goal, which I do. I aspire to be a full-time entrepreneur. And so I move as such. I just grind like I'm already there. And if you move with the end in mind, or like you just legit already there, it just starts to happen for you. That doesn't mean that obstacles don't come about, because that's just what my colleague was talking about. Is like, You came in here and you realizing some shit just ain't right. You damn tootin'. And I'm going to speak the hell up, because that's one thing that I learned from my previous job, right? There are different lessons and different seasons. And so when you learn, it's important to step into that. So, yeah, that was big. So that's the whole assumption of togetherness too. That's where we all literally just led from. Ooh. One thing you can't stand about your current boss. How much time? No, I will say, right, you're not gonna like everything about everyone. Just like no one's gonna like everything about me. I mean, we could not give a fuck, but the reality, right? You just do the job. They still have to respect you. But one of the things that I just grinds my gears is the passive aggressiveness that my boss just gives off. Like, saying things that they want me to do, but not saying them directly. Like, I am, and I get everybody's work language is different, right? Everybody's different. Yeah. But fuck. Like, if I see some gum on the floor and I want someone to pick it up, I'm be like, hey, can you pick up that gum? A passive aggressive boss is gonna say, hey, did you see the gum? Like, stupid ass questions. Like, yeah, bro, we all see the fucking gum. Don't you think if I didn't see the gum? You know what I'm saying? Like, this stupid ass shit. And then they're going to follow up with another dumb ass question. And they're going to say, well, do you think if you have time, maybe you could possibly help me in maybe trying to retrieve it or pick it up of some sort? Like, bro, just say, can you clean up the damn gum? You know, like, damn, why you doing so much? As a kid, like, you doing so much. Like, you're overdoing it to me. Like, have you ever just met somebody who's just like, you just want them to say, spit it out. Like, what do you need? Or like, hey, you think we can like chit chat maybe? I don't know. Maybe like chit chat at 4. You're not giving me room to say no. Just say we have a meeting at 4. Like, I don't know. Or when they answer shit like with a rhetorical question, or they answer their own question and they're like, yeah, because, you know, we want to keep our space clean, right? Right? Isn't that what we want to do? You're like you're belittling me. You're talking to me as if I'm like a fucking 2-year-old, and I can't do it. So passive aggression, I can't do. And that's a little pet peeve of mine that I'm working on with my boss right now. And just like microaggression, like looking over my shoulder. I am someone, I don't mind working in a group, but I also like my individual time. And so if you give me a task, allow me to work on that task. Don't follow me the entire time as I work on it. Because now it's not getting done. Yeah. Now I'm going to look at you, look at me, look at us. And now we're both looking dumb. And now time has fucking passed. No, I'm going to get it done. But it's like, can you back up? Or my favorite question is, right, I put it right back on them. Do you need anything else? Are we all set here? All right. I'm going to go ahead and do my job. And then I'm going to check back in with you if I have any questions. I think sometimes people find it intimidating that you don't have questions because you understand something. And I think that is a very faulty way of thinking as a boss. So if you are someone's boss right now, and you don't like the fact that your employee doesn't need your help, have you ever taken the time to maybe even take that as a win for you? Like, I've done what I'm supposed to do as a trainer, and that means that they can successfully do what I've asked them to do. It has nothing to do with them wanting your job or them purposely not needing you. Motherfucker, we just don't need help. Just like a kid, a student in a classroom. If I'm just steady over them, like, do you understand number 1? Do you get number 2? Motherfucker, didn't you just read the directions? I get it. And you did an example. I don't need shit else. That's just in general. Like, ugh. That is annoying. Okay. And we have one final question, y'all, before we zip on out of here. Fears from the job transition. Do you think you will be here longer than the past? I'm gonna be really honest, and I'm gonna say this as humbly as possible. I don't fear anyone but God. And I had already had a conversation with him, or really he had a conversation with me about what I was supposed to do, what those next steps look like, and how he's got me. So I wasn't fearful. I literally 100% transparent took down another job opportunity because I also interviewed for another position. Something that would have actually paid me way more. But God said no. So I didn't do it. I didn't take it. And now I'm here. So I didn't fear anything. I guess if I had to say something, I would say maybe a small concern, or not even. I think it's just a note that I keep in my mind is that the end goal, right? I want to be a full-time entrepreneur. I know education consulting, this podcast, and just a lot of things I have up my sleeve is going to come in fruition. Y'all, I can't even talk with this damn wisdom tooth. I know it's going to come to life, right? Shit. So, I just keep that in mind. So I don't ever want to get too comfortable, right? So it's not a fear. It's not a huge concern because it's something that I'm always mindful of. So I would say that to answer that question is that's what I keep in mind. I know where I'm headed. I know where God wants me to be, and I know that he has me. So I should have nothing to fear. And then I'm going to be okay. And that my end goal is, baby, it's right there. It's clearly close because the devil is working. Y'all, my damn rear view mirror broke. My damn wisdom teeth. I told you I had a scare with that shit. It's been a lot. But God, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are things that's just going to happen. And I feel like as you get closer, there are bigger obstacles to test not only your faith, but to test your strength. And do you really want it? And so I just have to take it. Does that mean I'm about to sit here and lie to you and be like, I take every obstacle with a smile? No, sometimes I'm like, damn, another one? I'm not DJ Khaled. I don't want another one. One is good for me. But that's not my call to make. This is only a chapter, and I'm on a new one, and I'm just taking a journey one step at a time. But I just want to say and remind you, whether I'm talking to 1, 2, 10, 15, 35 people out there, whomever this message is for, move your feet, lose your seat. Move your feet, lose your seat. You gotta move your feet, but you gotta move it quick or you're gonna lose your seat, right? We typically think of that phrase in a total opposite way. Like if you hurry up and move, then you're losing something important. Well, I'm asking you to flip the script and think about it in an opposite way. When you move your feet, you're gonna end up in a new seat, but you better move it quickly. And you better listen to yourself and pay attention to the change because you will eventually lose that seat if you don't move your feet quick enough. It's your girl, the Hall Monitor. Thank y'all. I'm super excited for season 2. Stay tuned. We got special guests. We got pop culture conversations. We got more Hall Pass conversations about education and the crazy shit that's getting ready to happen right now with the public educational system. And also just what we can do in the community. I love y'all. See ya.